Like if your business is not getting leads, there's probably something wrong with your marketing.
Mm,
So it doesn't matter how great or how bad everything else is in your business. It's not going to exist until you fix the marketing.
mhm.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
Christian, and the next question is because I have here in this podcast 5 steps how to make your first million. 5, 6, every 5, 6 entrepreneurs that I interview in this podcast, they are either tech entrepreneurs or real estate entrepreneurs. And
Hmm.
people might have the wrong assumption that making money in tech is easy. I can become a millionaire very easy in tech. Because look, Harry, 1 out of 5, 1 out of 6, they are all tech entrepreneurs. So, I'm gonna become tech entrepreneur. I'm gonna become a multimillionaire because it should be easy. Look how lots of them, and and we never talk about the 98% that actually don't make it. We only see the 2% in this show that actually have a tech company and that thriving. Yeah, I see your product here. It's amazing what you have developed. So tell us, Christian, why do you decided to become a tech entrepreneur in the first place, which is something that is a very risky thing to do.
I did communications in the U.S. military, so I was in the military for a while. So I did cybersecurity, basically the military protecting classified data from other nation state actors and adversaries. So I just decided to rely on that background that I developed, and I did what we call penetration testing when I got the military. Is like hacking into other people's environments. And then I
Wow.
started a company and sold that company in 2020. And then I had 6 blood clots where I worked for the parent company and almost died. And a medical device saved my life. It was a Doppler ultrasound, was able to quickly diagnose the blood clots. So
Wow.
I thought, this is the universe or God speaking to me saying I should focus on medical device cybersecurity, which I did
Wow.
some of my first business I sold. And that's what we do now. We focus on medical device cybersecurity.
Christian, but they are completely different when you are in the military, that you have your salary there. That I mean, for the military, there is always funding. You're never gonna lose your job. You save there. You know what I mean? Especially what you do, cybersecurity, you have a job for life there. Actually paying you a lot of money, being really comfortable. I'm sure that they make you very comfortable there. Why you decide
Mhm.
to let all this go, all this security and save, and open your own company when you don't have safety for how much money you're gonna make? Uh, so why you made that change? Did you talk to your parents? Did they tell you maybe you're crazy? You shouldn't be doing this. why
Yeah,
why why
I
you why you take this decision? Or you took
yeah, it was sort of an unlearning. I grew up very poor and chaotic, in a single trailer with a drug addicted mother and poverty, and very chaotic. So I wanted safety and stability at first. At least I thought that's what I wanted.
Mhm.
So I got that in the military. I got that in a 9 to 5 job. But then I realized this is not really what I want. Even though I thought I wanted because I didn't have it, I'm very resourceful and I want to have more impact. So I had a run in with the CEO of one of my companies. I was a VP. It was causing me so much stress. I just decided to quit the job without having another one lined up.
Mhm.
And that was like the blessing in disguise. That set me on my path because I thought, you know what? I'm going to become a solopreneur. So I did that for several years, freelance work. Then I started a company and I sold that company. So that moment where the stress got so much with that CEO that I just quit, I that was the moment that changed everything for me.
Wow. And then, Christian, let's talk about this very first company, because now you are building a company, starting on your own, right? You do have experience, you know your stuff. but you need to gather a team, and it's in technology. And then I like something that you said about your step, especially number 3, when you say focus in marketing and sales, because we have a lot of tech entrepreneurs that we advise, and that this is what they do. They take all the money and all the time and all the resources that they have to develop this amazing product that will change the world. And once the money is finished, because tech is really expensive, they remortgage the house. They ask all the friends, family for more money to keep developing the product going to change the world. And after everything is exhausted, yeah, then they come to me and say, Harry, help me to sell it. And I'm like, uh, you guys don't you guys haven't tested the market yet. You haven't put anything in marketing and sales. You haven't taken that prototype at least and showing to the people to see if they want to buy it. Now you take all the money, all the resources, all your time, and build this huge element. And now I had to we had to present to the market this, and now it's a huge elephant, and we don't know if people wanted it on the first place. So what's your view, Christian, or what message do you have for these tech entrepreneurs that they are so product centric, so I believe in, especially software developers, because you're a developer cybersecurity, that, you create the product and you keep writing software and all the resources go there, and ignoring completely that is you have to develop small prototype with the least resources possible and show it to the market to see if they wanna, and it's the client actually is gonna refine your final product. I never interviewed in this podcast any entrepreneur at all in any industry that the first product that they designed was actually the product that they took to market. I haven't found anybody yet. So what can you expand a little bit on that, Christian? Because even at your 5 steps, yeah, one of them, you said, look, focus in sales and marketing, focus in take your thing out there and listen what the market says. So can you expand a little bit more on that?
Yes, that's why my first step is clarity. So really understanding, like you said, you can build the best product ever if you may think it's the best product, but if you don't know what it does for your client or your prospect and how to craft that messaging, they're not going to buy it. We've had plenty of examples of those, like the Betamax versus the VHS. There's lots of greater technologies that just weren't marketed properly because your new product has to solve a problem for somebody. You have to be able to communicate how that solves a problem. And the problem is not just a logical problem, it's also an emotional problem. So how you market and communicate needs to connect at an emotional level and deliver like the points of how valuable your product is. So they're connected at an emotional level. It's not just, oh, this will help make me more efficient or whatever the product is. It connects them emotionally as well. And I think a lot of people skip that step. Obviously, you just mentioned most people's first products fail, but that you have to do that first. Otherwise, the product may be great for you, but nobody else. And I think something that helped me
happened to
with
you,
that,
Christian? Sometimes it
yeah,
happened to you. Did you develop any product sometimes that you thought that was amazing, but when you're trying to take to the market, it was not there yet?
Yeah, so we've developed products in the past, like cyber warfare training simulators for the military and also for commercial. So the military is a very different audience than commercial. Commercial didn't really have a lot of interest in it. So we wasted a lot of money developing that product and trying to commercialize it. The military obviously
And it
cares
didn't
about
work.
cyber
Yeah,
warfare,
the
but
military was happy with it, but that's it.
yeah,
Out there they were not interested, and you thought that they could be interested, right?
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, because we never know until we don't ask them. We don't know, correct? We might have an assumption.
Yeah, I think before you're done with it's almost the opposite. Like you mentioned, people getting all this money and developing a product and then figuring out how to market and sell it. I think you should figure out how to market it and sell it first, and then build a product later that is a
100%.
fit for what the market is telling you they want.
100%. I agree with you that the whole way around. Yeah. Christian, so tell us about challenges and how you overcome challenges. You said that you develop second company didn't work so well compared with the first one. So how you deal with failure and how you overcome adversity?
I think part of being an entrepreneur is developing resilience. You have to realize it's probably not going to work the first time, and you have to be able to pivot. And being able to pivot requires putting your ego aside a lot. I think a lot of us get trapped in you're just going to keep going down the same path, even though everything is telling you that path is not going to work. We're almost afraid to admit, like you said, that this path is a failure. This is the wrong area. So we just keep marching. And I think a skill you need to develop is to say, be able to relatively quickly realize, this is not working. I need to pivot over here, and I'm okay that didn't work. Now I know something that doesn't work, and you just kind of repeat the process until you figure it out. It's a lot of it's just not really trial and error, but that resilience, that Kaizen I talked about, the constant and everyday improvement, and then reflecting on ways to improve and putting yourself in the lens of your clients, looking at it through their perspective of what, if you were in their role and somebody is selling your services to them, what would they look for? And I think a good tool for that is the brand script by Donald Miller. It's a very good tool that makes you look at the journey of a client and how you are the guide, not the hero in that client's journey, and how your messaging and positioning should relate to the client as a guide, not the hero. Most of us try to act like we're the hero in a relationship with a client, then that doesn't work.
Yeah, Christian, and let's talk about something very important. Before that, Christian, can you expand a little bit more in Kaizen, what that means for our audience? Because maybe they don't know what the analogy. Can you expand a little bit more what Kaizen stands for, so they can learn a little bit more?
Kaizen is a Japanese word. It's really a philosophy. It means continuous improvement, or some people say "can-I," constant and never-ending improvement. The whole idea with Kaizen is you're going to have challenges, and if you adopt the philosophy of Kaizen, you realize that. So it gives you the confidence to take steps and realize I may not get it right the first time or the second time, but as long as I'm making improvements, ultimately that's what matters. And then you have to make improvements the right thing. So part of Kaizen is also doing some root cause analysis and figuring out what is the root thing, the big domino I need to fix that will knock the other dominoes down. It's not just a little bitty things, because that's a never-ending chase. You gotta figure out what is the big thing. Like if your business is not getting leads, there's probably something wrong with your marketing. So it doesn't matter how great or how bad everything else is in your business. It's not going to exist until you fix the marketing.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.